Alrighty, let's go. Welcome back to another episode of the Squishy Sports Podcast. Thank you for joining, bringing you the latest sporting news from around the globe in the last week. If you've just come from my NRL round review and NRLW round review, just come out yesterday. If you're listening to this, thank you very much for listening. Give us a like, give us a follow. Let me know what you thought in the comments. It's getting a bit exciting. So I've got starting to find my niche, I guess, a little bit. Releasing my NRL review and NRLW review on Tuesdays, start to bring you a bit more of a sporting news around the globe on my Wednesday mornings. And then I've got my new show on Thursdays coming because the NFL season is kicking off this week. It's going to come out every Thursday morning. I'll be recording it Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be cool. Oh, bloody hell, I'm excited. The Red Zone Report. So I will be hosting the Red Zone Report just by myself every Thursday. That'll be coming out for your viewing pleasure to listen to. Oh, I'm so eager to get that. That is going to consist of, I'm going to be previewing, the most interesting games coming up in each NFL week. I mean, there are so many interesting games in week one. I'm absolutely loving it. We're going to run through week one, especially tomorrow, tomorrow we'll run through my Supercoach team as well. I'll give you some Supercoach pointers here and there. Who am I looking to draft as some cheapies? Who are some must-haves? Who are going to be your trade targets? Who is going to be looking to trade out? You'll know all my trade-ins and trade-outs. Looking to absolutely smash in Supercoach this season. And gonna chuck in some bets there as well. That's how you're going to get my insight. Then there's generally going to be something along with it as well. And, guys, if there's, four things I love in life. My partner, my mum, my dad, and NFL player props. Oh, Squishy loves an NFL player prop. I will be giving you my best player props for each week as well. Nothing better. Oh, one of my first loves. So we'll kick the show off as well with the sports news. I know I've got my NFL show tomorrow, but this is just massive news. I have to talk about it very quickly. Micah Parsons, it was Friday morning here in Australia, traded to the Green Bay Packers. What the hell? What? I'm sure if you saw my reel or saw a video put up late last week reacting to it, or I said in my podcast last week even, there was no chance that Dallas was going to trade Micah Parsons. In a million years, he's their best player. He's the best defensive player we've seen in a long time, along with Myles Garrett. And it happened. It happened for 2 first-rounders and Kenny Clark. So looks like Kenny Clark will go straight into the Dallas D-line. He's an okay pickup. They gave up only 2 first. It just seems a little bit light, but from what we've heard, Micah Parsons has got a little bit of a vertebrae in his back, a little bit of an injury. Not an injury, but he's going to be having injections apparently most of the year. But as I said, 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark was the trade. The contract that Micah has signed, this is the biggest for a non-quarterback player, by the way. This is an absolute record. 4 years, $188 million. I believe that's $47 million a year. $130 million of that is guaranteed. I mean, the salary cap is rising and rising, but that is just absolutely insane, out of this world. But, I mean, Green Bay, they're in their Super Bowl window. They are in their Super Bowl window, in my opinion. They've got Jordan Love. Look, their receivers, they're really banged up, but that they can get healthy near the back end. They've just gone from potentially making playoffs in a tough division to Super Bowl contenders. Super Bowl contenders. So that is the impact that Micah Parsons is going to have on this Green Bay defense. They're just missing this one more key guy, I think, in their overall team, especially the defense, just to provide them a bit more. Xavier McKinney, a safety, he's going to be injured to start the season. and banged up on offense, but if they can get all the gears churning, Matt LaFleur, I love Matt LaFleur. He's an awesome coach. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and then you got Jaden Reed. You've still got Christian Watson. You still got Romeo Dobbs. You still got Matthew Golden, the rookie. He's awesome. I'm sure there's Dontavius Wicks. I believe he's still there. I believe there's one more I've been missing as well. But stacked offense when healthy. They have completely opened up their season for them straight to Super Bowl contenders. I would not be surprised at all now to see the Green Bay Packers and Micah Parsons playing in Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco come February next year. But yeah, that is just insane. I'll touch probably a little bit more on it tomorrow in the podcast. We'll go next onto the darts. Got my update from Dad. Thank you very much, Dad. Shout out to you once again. He's absolutely all over it. He's loving it. Luke Littler, his man, and my guy as well. He has won again in Belgium. From what we've heard is he won 8-7 in the final. So you might be thinking he was probably a favourite. He was a favourite. He's probably expected to win. Let's look at the circumstances. Night before, toothache. Not just any toothache. Goes into emergency. Gets it pulled out. Fights through. Stays up all night from what I know. Goes on, wins 8-7. He was down 4-1 and he was down 5-2 as well in the final against Josh Rock. 980s, average of 107.4. Insane. He just keeps winning and winning and winning. He knows how to win. Even when he's behind, it's not like he gets nervous when he's leading or he gets flustered when he's behind. He charges ahead when he's leading and he comes back when he's behind. He's got that dog. He's got that dog in him. He's got that dog in him. You absolutely love to see it. Moving on. Gonna talk a little bit of AFL. I haven't hardly watched any AFL this year. Gonna be completely honest. But this is a bit of a feel-good story, especially if you're living in Queensland or especially living on the Gold Coast or you're a Suns fan. Really good to see for sport on the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast Suns, one of the newer franchises when they came in with the Giants 15 years ago, back in 2010. GWS have had a bit of success, as we know, but the Gold Coast Suns, for the first time in their history, have made the AFL Finals, which is awesome to see. 15 years, 326 games later, from their first game in franchise history, they have made the AFL Finals. You absolutely love to see it. Beating Essendon on, I think it was last Wednesday, because it was meant to be at the start of the year and that got postponed due to the cyclone. They beat Essendon 153-58 to get into the top 8. So no nerves there whatsoever. Bowled them over by 95 points to get into the 8. Damien Hardwick there has done an unreal job. The former coach, or premiership coach, I should say, multi-time premiership winning coach at Richmond, Damien Hardwick, he's done an awesome job at the Gold Coast. They've now had like a week off. They all get a week off, so they essentially had a week and a half off. They now travel to Perth. They play Fremantle, I believe, is on Sunday, so they do get a bit more rest, which is cool. They're only about a 6.5 point underdog, so they're obviously a really good shot to go out there over the Perth and upset Fremantle. So it is an elimination final, no second chances. As just someone who would love to see a Gold Coast team grow in a sport, because it is a awesome town and it should be growing in the sport and growing in the sporting industry. Yeah, I absolutely love to see it. It would be so good for the town. And like, I obviously want to see it more for the Titans as well, for Gold Coast. And I think there's so many ways to definitely improve and get people to the games. And like, this, like, it's perfect. I think it's like, it can be perfect for there, considering the demographic. It's like people my age, mid-20s, a little bit younger, or a little bit older even, get the AFL, NRL game Friday night or a Saturday night, and then you go straight to surfers after. It's like 10 minutes away, not even. Like, what? Like, there's got to be a way where we can implement that and make it work where it becomes a Friday night thing or it becomes a Saturday night thing to get all your mates and, yeah, cool, let's go out this weekend. Oh, let's go to a Titans game or a Suns game, have a great time there, and then we'll go out after. And, like, that is going to be, like, the popular thing to do on Friday and Saturday nights in the Gold Coast. And if these teams start to make finals, winning helps everything. So if these teams making finals consistently, the people will turn up. Winning takes care of everything at the end of the day. Gold Coast is winning into the finals. They're going to be gaining more fans now than the Titans. The Titans are not performing in the NRL. In fact, the opposite way. If you flipped the table upside down, they'd be doing all right. But that's not the way that it is. They're last, fighting a wooden spoon. They've been fighting for bottom four a lot in the last, 10 years. New coach coming in. There's got to be a way. There's got to be, and there has to be some sort of plan, right? And it just seems it's too much of a nice lifestyle at the Gold Coast to, I don't know, I'm really not sure what it is, where it's such a relaxed lifestyle and that's the way that you train as well, or that's the way you just have a little bit more relaxed mentality going into games. You just don't have that toughness. Like, the Gold Coast teams are not that known for that toughness, and that's what it needs to be. So, massive shout out to the Gold Coast Suns making the AFL finals for the first time in their franchise history. I hope they can really go a long way, and I hope they can really, especially next year, make it again. And the next year after that, can they be consistently up there? Can they drive players, like more experienced players, like as a marquee signing to go there and want to play there? Can they get more younger players in AFL in the Gold Coast, like who are 10, 11, 12, younger than that, to start playing AFL because the Gold Coast Suns are performing? Winning takes care of everything. As I said, winning takes care of everything. We'll quickly flick to the rugby. So we've got the Rugby Championship is back this weekend. We've had 2 rounds of the Rugby Championship so far. New Zealand travelled to Argentina, won the first game, lost the second game. So we looked at the table last week. New Zealand All Blacks were just a point on top of Australia. They travelled to South Africa for 2 games. They had an awesome win in Ellis Park in the first game and went down in the second game. So everyone on the ladder at the moment is 1 win, 1 loss. It is shaping up to be an awesome next couple of weeks. Argentina, they are going to, they have come to Australia. They play Saturday afternoon, 2:30, so a little bit of an unusual time slot for a test match, in Townsville as well. So more known for a rugby league town with the Cowboys, 100%. We'll love to see a really solid crowd turn up and really see how the Wallabies can back up their tour that they had in South Africa and really see if they can take it to another team like Argentina. You know Argentina are going to bring it. They've got that dog in them like we've talked about before. Like, they just beat the All Blacks. They rampaged the All Blacks, in all honesty. Aussie, they're currently -6.5 in the line. I think early lean is Argentina to keep this one close. Unless there could be potential injury, the teams won't be out until about Thursday, from what I know. So it will be the next day. I'm recording this Tuesday night. So seems a bit heavy on Australia. In all honesty, that was my first instinct. I did like the plus points to start with Argentina. Think they can keep it close. Probably going to be a bit high scoring if it's 2:30 on Saturday afternoon in Townsville. Starting to get a bit warmer now. It's going to probably be a bit of running rugby there. And then straight after, pretty much 5 o'clock in Australia, that is on the east coast, settle into your couch. This is going to be an absolute corker. a doozy, a absolute gunslinging shootout for the ages. Maybe not a shootout. I don't think it'll be high scoring. But this could be potential to be, it's going to be pumped up to be the game of, like, not the decade. That's a bit, game of the year for sure. The biggest game of the year. All Blacks, the first game of their year at Eden Park. South Africa is coming to town. This is a huge game. This is like massive. This is not just about the rugby championship. This is number 1 and number 3. I believe now South Africa 3rd in the world at the moment. I should have checked that. New Zealand at 1. I'll have to check after that loss actually. But it's like still World Cup revenge. Like it's still seething. Like it's still like only 2 years ago. It's still seething for the All Blacks. Still like losing in a World Cup final. Like, but South Africa coming off 2 pretty blasé performances at home. A huge point to prove. And these 2 teams, it just always take it to each other. It's always physical. And they just smash the fuck out of each other. Always such a good watch. You know you're always in for a huge, huge test match. And you're in for a bit of bickering, bit of harder banter. You're gonna see them get in their faces. You're probably gonna see a couple yellow cards. You probably see a couple high tackles. It's just gonna be that type of game. I can really see it. All Blacks have really got to step up and take it to them. And I'm hoping who we have at 9 this week, I believe it'll be Finlay. He's gonna have to really step up and really nail these passes to start our attack against the South African defense. If we can do that, and I believe we can definitely win. We're -3.5 at the moment. That is easily our highest odds we've had at Eden Park for. I don't even know if there would be records to go that far back who would have track of what it would have been back then. We haven't lost at Eden Park in over 30 years. The Garden of Eden. When I say we, just want to stress, if you are listening on audio, you can hear my Aussie accent, or if you're just listening for the first time. But I was raised by a very New Zealand family. Parents, everything. I bleed that New Zealand. I'm pumped up for that game on Saturday. It's going to be unreal. I'm pretty confident we can win, but it has to be within a try. I cannot imagine either side. History would say Eden Park that we are going to win. It's Eden Park, but it's just history. History is made to be broken. If there's one team that's going to do it, I believe it is South Africa, or it might be the Lions in 4 years' time. Like, I don't believe Aussie for at least a few years. I mean, I can't see it. I don't think, I can't see it happening this year. I can't see Argentina. I mean, if they get the opportunity, I can't see maybe like if Ireland came to tour us again. Maybe that's next year. They've always got a chance at Eden Park, but it's our home stadium. It's our fortress. I just can't. It's so hard to imagine that. Like, they have not lost at Eden Park in my whole lifetime. That is like, must be the most insane stat out there. Like, in my lifetime. Like, my dad, since I was born, has never seen the All Blacks lose. It is insane. Absolutely buzzing. I'll be on my couch 5:05 or 5 o'clock for the huck up as well. Get around it. Get involved. It's going to be the game of the year, guys. I am absolutely buzzing for it. And we'll finish off with a bit of tennis. So, as we know, the US Open started early last week. So, it started on the Monday. Would have been, or Monday, even Tuesday morning, late Monday night for us here in Australia. We talked about the obvious ones: Alcaraz, Sinner, Sabalenka, and Swiatek in your girls as well. We knew that they were going to be somewhat around the semis in the finals. That is still looking like that way. Sinner and Alcaraz have absolutely cruised through, In fact, Alcaraz, he played like earlier today. So when I was recording, he won 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 straight in the fourth round to get into the quarters. Like won in about 2 hours. Like just absolutely blitzes guy. Just insane. But at the moment, it is still looking like on the men's side, Sinner and Alcaraz are going to probably be meeting in the finals. This is really good to see. With quarters are set, we've got 8 left. Joker's still in it. Alcaraz is still in it. Yannick Sinner still in it. Taylor Fritz of the US is still in it. And Aussie, Alex de Minaur. You do love to see it. He is a good guy. He is a good kid. He is such a player. He is so fit. Quarterfinals of the US Open. Demon now plays Felix Auger-Aliassime from Canada. He's about the 25th seed, I want to say. So Demon, he is got a huge opportunity to make a semi-final of a Grand Slam in Grand Slam. Such a good opportunity. I believe he's on Sinner's side at the top there. So, I believe at the moment he'll probably be playing Sinner in the semi if he was to win the quarterfinal. You just never know. It would be so cool to see. I think he fully deserves it. I'd love to see him win the Aussie Open one day. I'd love to go down and see him play down at the Aussie Open one day. He's going to be around Aussie tennis for a long, long time, and he's such a good role model for the sport as well, which is the main thing. He is such a good role model, which is what you want to see from an Aussie athlete. Joker, he plays Taylor Fritz. He must play him tomorrow morning, I believe, or even this morning if you list when it comes out. That's going to be an absolute cracker. Joker's a 7th seed, so he's not even top 5. He's not even top 3. He's a 7th seed, and Fritz is the 4th seed. So I'd say Joker will probably be favorite, but it is a home slam for Taylor Fritz. So the crowd is going to be hugely against Novak in that one, massively. We know how he sometimes reacts to it as well. He's not a fan of it. He doesn't generally at first react well, but he uses that anger and uses that build up, and not the hatred isn't the right word, but that almost that hostility against him to play better and relish it and release it. And not often does he lose. Not often does he lose. Quickly check in. If you're looking odds wise, Sinner's $1.72, Alcaraz is $2.25. So they are the pretty cut clear favorites. Djokovic, he's at 11s, and I just want to mention de Minaur, he's at 34s. So absolute flyer still, $34 to win your last 3 games. Still, you got to go through get through your quarters, then you're going to mostly have to beat the number 1 and the number 2 seed to win the US Open at this stage. The only one I could potentially see is Joker, the 3rd favorite. But even then, he's a risk at losing this quarterfinal against Fritz. So you never know. It's going to be super exciting. Probably, again, looking like Sinner and Alcaraz in the finals. Just like your Federer and your Nadal back in those days, or before Djokovic was starting to come through. We spoke about it. It's looking like this is going to be a very similar thing. They're going to meet each other in the finals quite a lot. They already have already. I believe this is going for the 3rd one in a row that they'll be meeting each other in the finals, which when you think about how many male tennis players there are in the world, and you look at all the rankings and the actual difference between these two and almost like the rest these days, is a clear-cut jump. These two will be around for a very long time. Carlos is only, he's 2021 or something insane. And he's been top 2 for since he's been 18. I believe he got world number 1 when he was 18. Isn't that just the most insane thing ever? I think it's insane. Not even Tiger Woods, he didn't become world number 1 until he was 22. Even that is insane. But Carlos Alcaraz at 18, it's just fucked. looking at the women's side, as I said, Swiatek and Sabalenka, they're into the quarters. They've swifted through. Like, they've absolutely cleaned up. Swiatek has only dropped one set through the 4 rounds so far. Sabalenka hasn't even dropped a set. So these two women are absolutely flying through at the moment. Coming on the draw, number 1 and number 2 in the tree, probably again going to meet each other in the finals. We do see some weird stuff happen when it comes to women's tennis. So big upsets happen, best of 3, big upsets can happen. And an upset I did not see coming. I did say prior to US Open starting, I thought she might be a smoky to make the finals at a home slam. Coco Gauff got knocked out in the 4th round by Naomi Osaka of Japan, but Osaka was the 23rd seed. So Osaka's had to fight a few tough games to get here already, then go beat Coco Gauff in her home stadium. And now she's going to have a couple more tough games heading into the quarters, and then going to have to she's probably going to meet one of these ladies in the quarters. That is going to be epic. She beat Coco Gauff 6-3, 6-2. So not even 2-1. Very, very convincing win from Naomi Osaka of Japan, 23rd seed. Keeps doing it. She's won the US Open a couple times now. Her first Grand Slam it was as well, was very, very famous against Serena in her last Grand Slam. Very, very famous for pretty much spoiling the party. She felt bad for winning, which is insane to think about. Absolutely crazy. Odds-wise, Swiatek 250, Sabalenka 262. So you can hardly split these two. Most likely, if these two get in the finals, they're going to be about to pick him. And then you got Osaka at 6s. So she is still reasonable odds, despite being a 23rd seed. She is expected to make the semi-finals and even be a sneaky chance of making it into the finals. And you can never rule out a champion. She has done awesome things for the sport. You can never, ever rule out a champion. So yeah, that will do it for another episode of the Squishy Sports Podcast, bringing you the latest news of the sports from around the globe in the last week. As I said yesterday, go give it a listen, go give it a watch, my NRL and NRLW round review. As I said, tomorrow, I am buzzing for it. My new weekly show, you'll be seeing NFL covering game insights of the best games. I'll have bets, I'll have super coach trades and thoughts and player props. God, I'm excited. That's going to be out every single Thursday morning. The Red Zone Report. Red Zone Report hosted by Squishy Sports. I'm so excited to get that one underway. Probably at the moment, we're going to be looking at like 3 sort of podcasts a week, which is so cool to see. I'm having an absolute ball doing this. It's so good doing it. Getting behind the mic, chatting shit about what I love. And I can't wait to even do more of it. It's going to be awesome. We're heading into the good part of the year. That'll do it for me. Appreciate it. Like, give it a follow, give it a subscribe. Cheers.